Hi everyone. So good news, I hope. The lockdown is likely to be over by summer. Hopefully that will stick and we can get out and about. And I can do some videos outside Buckingham Palace, go around London, go around the UK, talk to people in the street and get more of you involved in the videos. And I am going to get back to those of you that have already been in touch about joining me on screen. And you can do that by visiting republic.org.uk if you haven't already. You can also donate and help us keep these videos and the campaign going for many years to come. And the other day Republic tweeted that it's patriotic to want a republic, which it is, but what does patriotism actually mean? Now, there are lots of ideas about this, but I guess the clue to the answer is whether or not a definition has any real worth. Is a far-right extremist, for example, who has never lifted a finger for country or community, patriotic because they shout "God save the Queen" at you? How does unthinking, unbending loyalty to anyone help anyone else? Now, the 19th century author Mark Twain wrote, "My kind of loyalty was loyalty to one's country, not to its institutions or its office holders. The country is the real thing, the substantial thing, the eternal thing. It is the thing to watch over and care for and be loyal to. Institutions," he wrote, "are extraneous. They are its mere clothing, and clothing can wear out, become ragged, cease to be comfortable, cease to protect the body from winter, disease and death." Like the flag, patriotism can mean what we want it to mean. We can choose where our loyalties lie and how we express our patriotism. But some interpretations are corrosive and harmful to the country. Just because kings and queens have deliberately conflated love of country with loyalty to them for obvious and cynical reasons, it doesn't mean we should follow suit. US President Teddy Roosevelt said that patriotism means to stand by the country. It does not mean to stand by the president or any other public official, save exactly to the degree in which he himself stands by the country. Patriotism is loyalty to a country, the people who live there, not to the state or anyone in power. Now, some people will wonder why we should even love our country at all when Britain has a history of empire, inequality and any number of small and large injustices. But we are so much more than our political history, and if we do take that view, we're doing exactly what royalists do, which is conflating patriotism with our support for political leadership and national institutions, right or wrong. Now, the mid-20th century author Albert Camus answered this point when he said, "I should like to be able to love my country and still love justice." Now, love or support of your country does not include, and it mustn't include, turning a blind eye to our faults or the injustices inflicted by monarchs or prime ministers. When we tweeted that it's patriotic to want a republic, some of the replies assumed that wanting to tear down the monarchy was wanting to damage the country, to diminish it in some way. But it's quite the opposite, of course, and this is why I fight for a republic, because I care about my country and the people who live here. I want to make it a better, fairer and more democratic place so we can all enjoy what this country has to offer. Now, you may disagree that wanting a republic is the best answer to those concerns, but wanting to make Britain a fairer and democratic place at the expense of the royal family is never unpatriotic. And it's not unpatriotic to support the monarchy either. But it is wrong to support it uncritically. If you think there's a good reason for Britain keeping the monarchy, then fine, I respect your view. But if you refuse to hear criticism of the Queen, if you refuse to think critically about how we're governed because of some loyalty to the Crown, and if you will defend the royals no matter what the accusations against them, that's not patriotism. That's sycophancy and fealty, loyalty to one family even at the expense of the country and the people. Real patriotism, of course, has absolutely nothing to do with one monarch or one man. It's not even about loyalty to the country as an abstract thing. The country is Twain's real and substantial thing, the communities we live in and the people we share these islands with. An act of patriotism is an act of concern and care for all those people.
I know you didn't do this for me. You did this because you believed so deeply that in the face of impossible odds, people who love this country can change it.
But to be honest, in Britain we do patriotism a bit more low-key. If anything, it's very British to not wave the flag or announce how patriotic you are. So here's a final thought from YouTuber Charlie McDonald. That's it from me. Bye for now.
I don't know if I particularly like the idea of naming any country as being the best country in the world, unless it can be completely objective. And secondly, if we are going to name any country as being the best country in the world, I'd like to think we pick one with the humility to not go on and on about how great it is. But thirdly, big American patriotism makes me feel weird because I'm British. Because the most patriotic thing you'll ever hear a British person say isn't "God save the Queen," it's "Would you like a cup of tea?" or "Aren't we having awful weather at the moment?"